Hello, everybody. This is Jeff Stanislow, and you're listening to another episode of Let's Go Low here on AM 820 in Tampa every Saturday morning from 8 to 9 a.m. Glad you could be with you. We're talking a lot of golf. We're talking golf business. We're talking PGA tours. We're talking caddy shop. We're talking behind the ropes. A lot of different things going on here on Let's Go Low. Today, our special guest is David Snee, and David is with Back Nine Golf and opening up a new franchise here in Carrollwood. David, thanks for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me. It's great.
So, David, taking a step back so our listeners can understand that, the journey to starting a Back Nine golf franchise up in Carrollwood. So you were in the military and you served for years, and then tell us a little story about that, and then we'll kind of get into what brought you to Back Nine.
Yeah. Well, again, thanks for having me, Jeff. I served in the Navy for 27 years. I was a surface warfare officer, affectionately known as ship drivers. When I've served on 7 ships, I commanded 2. I commanded a destroyer out of Pearl Harbor and a cruiser out of Norfolk, Virginia. And when I wasn't doing that, I spent a lot of time at the Pentagon. My last tour of duty was here in CENTCOM. I retired 3.5 years ago or so, and I did a bit as a consultant. I ran a consulting company with a good friend of mine out of Orlando. And in May, I decided to walk away from the federal government and do something completely new and something that I had the time and space and resources to do something like this. And I love golf. I'm not that good at it. I'm a mid-handicapper. I'd like to get better.
Yeah, we all would like to get better.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
But it's kind of weird, like kind of the why, Back Nine, and that I can get to that later. But certainly, what you learn in the military, leading high performing teams. I spent a lot of time leading large organizations and people with huge budgets and things like that. And what you realize when you start your own business is you own it all. And so I'm the president and janitor. And I've learned so much the last 6 to 8 months in this journey before opening that, things I never knew it keeps me young and makes it exciting.
Well, that's fantastic. This is Jeff Stanislow. You're listening to Let's Go Low here on AM 820 in Tampa. We're talking with David Snee, the franchisee of Back Nine Golf, Carrollwood. David, that's a really interesting story that you kind of mentioned, and thank you for your service there in the Navy. And that's amazing, commander of a couple ships and what have you. And then just to kind of like, after retirement, just start something new. And I'm an entrepreneur myself, so I understand what it means to own the whole thing and be the CEO and the janitor at the same day. So it's quite an experience. What have you learned most, in this endeavor and opening up your the Back Nine Carrollwood?
Yeah, well, I think, you kind of learn through your setbacks. And so certainly, opening a franchise is different than your own shop. So you're certainly, there's some good and bad with a franchise, mostly good in my experience so far, but certainly there's rules you have to live by to keep the brand name healthy and strong, which we'll do. So in a lot of ways it helps, you kind of inherit a CRM system, marketing system, kind of a really up and coming brand. But you still need to follow the guidelines. One of the things I've learned early on in Hillsborough County was the permitting process that set me back 3 months. So I had originally thought I'd open in February, so this month, but got set back on that. It's probably the biggest thing because I found a great location in Carrollwood, but the use case needed to be defined a little bit better. Indoor golf is a brand new concept, and so it's not something that Hillsborough County even really kind of understands.
They didn't have a code for indoor golf simulator. They
I'll
thought you
tell
were
you.
going to be like a golf course or a driving range or something like
Yeah,
that.
well, I think they thought maybe it was like an entertainment venue, like a bowling alley or an axe throwing kind of business. But I tell you what, finally talked to the right person in the county. He was fantastic. Really kind of worked with me to get to yes, and really great experience with the county helping me out with that.
Fantastic, fantastic. Uh, this is David Snee, the franchisee for Back Nine Carrollwood, which is opening up pretty soon on May 2nd, as a matter of fact. Grand opening May 2nd for the Back Nine Carrollwood. It's going to be basically right at the Dale Mabry and Bears, right behind the brand new Chick-fil-A. What a great location, David. So when you started saying, "Hey, I'm going to go on my own. I'm passionate about golf. I want to do something in golf," and you kind of started coming across the simulator world and what have you. Tell us a little bit about that journey and maybe why you selected Back Nine versus a different franchise.
Yeah, that's a great question. Really, I kind of credit my home course at Cheval for closing this summer. So in May, I walked away from my other business, and I decided to take the summer off to just evaluate what I wanted to do when I grew up, and spend more time with my family. In doing so, I thought I'd play a lot more golf, but Cheval was under renovation. They were bought out by Heritage Group, and so they closed it down for the entire summer. And so now I have a club that I can't play at. And so I'm Googling golf courses, and I'm Googling franchises. I'm getting smart on different franchises, just kind of building my, kind of ideas of what I could possibly do. And it's amazing how the algorithms work. They put golf and franchise together, and I started getting all kinds of golf franchise business opportunities in my feed. So I started to, I won't name the company, but I went pretty far down the road in another company that was very restrictive. They set prices nationally, and they used a different technology. In doing my due diligence, I found several other businesses, Back Nine being one of them. I got their FDD and read it and compared to several, and by hands down, Back Nine was a much better company, lots of flexibility. They also had over 100 franchises open, which is important for a franchise. Now they're over 200, and I think there's close to 400 deals in the works this year. So this is certainly the fastest growing indoor golf simulated company in the world right now. And so I went with Back Nine, and well, first I'll back up. I tested all the technology. So I went to Orlando and a couple other places here locally that had other technology, and frankly, I really like the full swing technology. This is the technology the simulators used by the TGL, Tomorrow's Golf League, that you'll see on ESPN. The time it takes for you to hit the ball to it being in the video game and in the simulation is the smallest I've seen in any of the other systems I use. It's almost instantaneous, which makes a big difference when you're playing and you're hitting several shots, waiting 2 to 3 to 4 seconds for the video game to catch up to your actual shot. There's a gap there in that integration. So I think it's important when you're playing indoor golf that that timeline is seamless. As soon as you hit the ball, you're in the game.
Right, right. I play some sim golf at the Heights Country Club, and I'm a member of Avila, and they have a TrackMan. And you're right. Something that when it comes down to that 3 to 5 second lag, let's call it, and getting the data and seeing your results, when you're paying by the hours, the difference between getting a full 18 in or really trying to push yourself to get it in, before your time is up. So it's fantastic. Back Nine is doing some great things. It seems to me like, as an operator of Navy ships, that this franchise gave you a lot of opportunity to do a little bit more operations and set your business and set your pricing and set, where the market demand is. Tell us a little bit about that TGL, and I think you guys are going to have some exclusivity with that. Makes it a little bit different for Back Nine golf franchises.
Yeah, that's right. So TGL uses full swing, and if you haven't watched it, TGL creates fictional golf courses and holes that all the major players play, and they're all challenging, and they have, some has volcanoes and cliffs and all this kind of stuff that you wouldn't ever see in real life. Super challenging, but fun to watch and fun to play. And so Back Nine has, in partnership with Full Swing, has exclusive rights to those courses. So right now, if you went to a Back Nine, you could play season 1 of TGL, and then soon, when season 2 is done, they'll drop those courses on us, and you'll be able to play, those courses as well. So it's super exciting. There's so much, and so to indoor golf. And by no means, I come across this all the time, and I'm an avid outdoor golfer as well. This augments outdoor golf. I think a lot of people think that this is in competition. When I see a guy at Publix, his wife's pushing the cart and he's behind her, like practicing his swing, because he probably hasn't gotten any reps and sets in a couple of weeks, or, has to wait for Saturday or whatever it is, indoor golf, you could be in and out in an hour, or you could, depending on the package you get, you could go up to 3 hours in a set time.
Right.
Right. You can go, it's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. When you join, you're a member, it's a membership-based business. And so you reserve your tee time 15 minutes before that time. You'll get a notification on your phone that unlocks the door. You go in and you're playing golf instantly. And if you only got an hour, then you go in for an hour and you could be back, and you could certainly by yourself play 18 holes in an hour. But there's so much more than that. I mean, there's hundreds of courses you can play. Sure. and tons of, driving range, chipping, you name it, that you could work on to then just build your confidence and fine tune that swing, know your data. Every swing you get 16 plus, data points, plus a video feedback, or on your swing, on your club, on how it impacts the ball. I mean, that data is just incredible. Right. For when you then go to play Avila or Cheval or Clearwater Country Club, you go to play real life and you're better and you're more confident at your swing.
Fantastic. This is Jeff Stanislaw. You're listening to Let's Go Low here on AM 820, brought to you by Golfers Unite. And we're talking with David Snee, the franchisee for Back Nine Carrollwood, which is opening up May 2nd. And their location is right at the corner of Dale Mayberry in Bears Avenue, right behind the Chick-fil-A. If someone wanted to look at the stuff before, your website is up and running right now. You want to let them know how they can check you out?
Yeah, absolutely. We're on social media platforms, and we're on Instagram, B9 Golf Carrollwood, and then the Back Nine Carrollwood on Facebook, and then our really just Google Back Nine Carrollwood, and I'm the first thing that should pop up. Go to the website, and you could join my wait list. What we're going to do here in 2 weeks is start our Founders Club. And what I'm going to offer is a 20% discount. So this is the early adopters that know they want to do this, 20% off. So basically you get, I have 3 levels of membership, a par, and a birdie, and an eagle. And so you basically get a birdie membership for a par rates and a eagle membership for a birdie rate. But that'll start on the 24th of March. And so we'll run those out all the way until I open. So encourage everyone to, if you're interested, certainly jump on my website, get on my waiting list there, and I'll shoot all that information out to everyone on there. I've had quite a bit of interest, which has really encouraged me as a brand new business owner. A lot of interest in this area for the Back Nine.
Well, you're in a great location. I mean, you're between Cheval, Avila, Carrollwood, and the TPC. I mean, so you're in a great location there. We're talking with David Snee, the franchisee for Back Nine Golf Carrollwood, opening up May 2nd. Don't forget to let them know that you heard it here by Golfers Unite on the Let's Go Low radio show. So we'd appreciate that if you reach out to David and become one of his members. David, I mean, the whole sim world is growing like crazy. I was at the PGA show. It's probably the largest like new space It's really exciting to be a part of it. I look forward to playing some golf with you, not only in real life, but at Back Nine Carrollwood when it launches. Again, this is Jeff Stanislaw, and this is a great episode to you, brought to you by Golfers Unite and AM 820 here on every Saturday morning from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Also, you can go to golfersunite.com. We'll put this episode up on our website and link it to our YouTube channels as well. David, thank you. Have a great day, and we wish you all the best in your grand opening May 2nd of the Back Nine Carrollwood.
Thanks, Jeff.